Welcome back to some more Palworld, and today we're going to be discussing ancient technology points, ancient civilization parts, and how you can unlock your ancient technology. Now these things are pivotal to moving forward in the game and help you progress a lot quicker and easier. You'll be able to hold more food for your animals, you'll be able to unlock grappling guns, Power Essence Condenser, which, by the way, is a really cool thing and it really does help out. Mega Grappling Gun, Feed Bags, Lanterns, and a lot more stuff that you're going to need later on, such as the, rocket launcher that shoots spheres. That's right, you can actually shoot a rocket launcher that catches pals. Very cool. But to unlock these, they are some of the hardest things to actually unlock in the game. Because to unlock the ancient technology and the points to spend on ancient technology, you will need to do several things. One of the main things you can do is head into the Syndicate towers that you find spotted around the map. Now on the map they look like this, as you can see, Tower of the Rain Syndicate, but they're pretty easy to spot. They're the giant blue things that stick out from the ground, and inside these you will come across a boss fight. Now that boss fight will give you an ancient technology point. Another way you can get these ancient technology points is by defeating world bosses that you haven't come across before. Now these are the world bosses. You will find them spotted around. They are pretty much variants of normal enemies that you'd come across in the game, or pals as you want to call them, and you can just attack them and catch them in your pal sphere. But these are really difficult to actually get, and they can be quite deadly. But when you've actually unlocked these ancient technologies, you're going to need something to actually build them, and that is ancient civilization parts. Now these are quite difficult to come across, but when you do know how to do it, it's relatively quick, relatively simple. You just need to make sure you've got a lot of pal spheres and or a bow and arrow or some powerful weaponry. Especially if you want to get started early, I'd recommend using a fire bow. The fire bow works really well against some of these higher level enemies because it does damage over time. But these enemies can be found in various locations, such as these enemies here that you come across on the world map. You will get a couple of ancient civilization parts for defeating these, and you can go back every so often to get more ancient civilization parts from them if you defeat them again. You won't get that ancient technology point because you will need to go to the Syndicate Tower or fight these for the very first time. But these guys refresh around about every hour in game. I think it might be less, but I'm not 100% sure. I do keep going back, and sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. It seems to be a little bit hit and miss. Now, another way you can actually get them, which is a bit more long-winded, but you will get a decent amount of resources and pals whilst doing it, and that is the caves. Now, the caves are great in-game because they will give you loads of resources, and you will come across pals and items that you may not find on the outside world. Now, the caves are a bit more of a long-winded process to getting civilization parts because they are on I think it's 2-hour or 3-hour cooldown. It all depends. Sometimes I go to them, they've got 180 minutes on them. Sometimes they've got 230. Now, once that timer has gone all the way down, the cave will reset and there will be an enemy inside it, which you will be able to go through. It is just a variant of a normal pal that you'd come across, but they're a little bit higher up the food chain and about 5 times the size. So that does make it quite fun to take them on. Anything from 1 to 5 civilization parts for killing these enemies, it all depends on their level. You will come across various levels depending on where you are on the map. Obviously, the higher level areas that you go up top, you're going to come across some more beastie enemies. But when you're down at the bottom, it is relatively simple, and you can get these caves pretty quickly. There is one located just here, next to the Rain Syndicate Tower on the right, and then there is another one just in here, which is around about here. So there's 2 that you can go to, which are relatively easy to get to from the starting location, and you can farm them nice and easy if you do a decent rotation of 1 cave, 2 cave, enemy world bosses, and just keep rolling through like that. You'll come away with a decent amount of ancient civilization technology points. But the ancient technology is not the only thing that you'll need these civilization parts for. It's things like the Giga Shields and a few other various craftables that you're going to need later down the line as well. So I'd recommend farming these relatively early because it does cost a decent amount of these parts to get through random bits that you're going to want to be building. But that is it for today. Hopefully this has helped. If it has helped, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for much more Palworld content. I've been Wyatt, you've been awesome, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.